guys, welcome to our show. We have a special guest today, Sharon. She's going to be sharing about her business and the upcoming things that she has going on. So, as you know, this is the One Self podcast, and this is where wellness meets purpose, inspiring you to grow intentionally and elevate your brand, business, and life. So, Sharon, tell me about a little bit about you and your professional background.
Okay, so my professional background is in ecology. I went to ASU, graduated. I did some internships at ASU with Game and Fish, and
Awesome.
ended up going on an internship with the Nature Conservancy out on Kauai, in the wet forest of Kauai.
Wow.
And then I was a park ranger for 3 years, and that's where I found my passion for nature, really. I mean, like that's where I found I was so passionate and basically a naturalist in my heart.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And so that's where it started.
Cool. And then years later, she founded her business. So we're gonna get into that. So what's your story? And like, how did your journey begin? And like, what led you to where you are today?
So basically, I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Okay.
But I am a recovered heroin addict and meth addict, and so when I was younger, I got into drugs and got really lost in that. Was spiritually defeated and was in a really dark place in my life. And after that, I eventually got sober and had like a spiritual experience when I was 22 that was able to help me get sober. And from there, I was able to start building my life again. You know, I had to learn how to do everything basically. And from there, I kind of was like, well, what am I passionate about? Like, what do I want to do with my life? And at that point, I was like, okay, I'll do nails. Like that's something that can get me through college. Because at that point, I had decided that I wanted to go through like meditation and stuff. I had decided that I wanted to go back to school and do something related to wildlife. So I did nails while I was in college at ASU. Ended up going, getting a job as a nail tech. Well, first getting my GED, then going to nail school, getting a job as a nail tech. And then from there, I finished ASU with a degree in natural resource ecology.
Sweet.
And then I was a park ranger, like I mentioned. And from there, I just really found out who I was and was able to really think, okay, well, how can I nurture this passion? And I got into finding like bones and stuff at the park and was inspired by other artists in the oddity community. It's a very niche art community. And so I started doing that, which I loved. My business actually started in 2015. Yeah. No, it might have been 2017. 2017. And I was making lapel pins, like pins that you wear on your jacket.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And they were mostly about cats because I'm a huge cat person. When I was younger, I actually wanted to work with wild cats, but then I changed my mind. And then, so I started making a bunch of cool cat pins. And then that's how I got my name, America's Strange, because STRAY for stray cat.
Okay. And I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So that's where America's Strange came from. And from there, I got into the oddities art. I was a park ranger, and then I met my partner. And then I actually met my partner in 2017 as well, sometime around there.
Nice.
He was working for Game and Fish, and then things didn't work out with us, and so he ended up staying in Yuma. I went to Hawaii.
Wow.
And then
the universe said, come back.
Yeah. So we met again, and then I was in Cottonwood at the time, and he was here in Yuma, and I was able to move down here with a job offering I got.
Nice.
And then I basically just combined all my passions. I had this vision, and I was like, wow, what? Because I also started doing permanent jewelry. I was like, how can I do all this together? I also did programs at Red Rock State Park, which is where I was a park ranger, snake programs. So I got really into grass, snakes, moss, bugs, anything like that.
She's really creative, man. She makes art out of these butterflies, and we're actually in her shop right now, so really cool stuff that she does.
And so from there, I tried to find a place I could afford, and I finally found a place I could afford to combine all my passions, which is really important. Like, I believe, like, desk jobs are fine and you have to make money to pay your bills, but like when you can truly find what you're passionate about and work for that. And I also believe it's so important to help the earth or people in a way that you know, it's just important to help your community, help people that are struggling. If there's ever a person that I know is struggling with addiction, I will always be there to talk to them. If I know, like, because I've been through it, you know. And now I've only had my business. It'll be 1 year in April that I've had my business where I've combined everything, and I've just recently added tooth gems, custom fitted toe rings. I also do pop-up events everywhere. I host pop-up events. I travel and sell my oddities art. I do insect pinning classes, and I do reptile education and birthday parties.
It's awesome. It's awesome. You've diversified and you've scaled in such a short period of time, so which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So what does the den represent to both personal and professional life?
So I guess when I started with Into the Den, it was Into the Den Lounge, because I had this vision where you could come in and like hang out with the snakes, and I could teach you about them, which I still do. There's a fee. But I originally got Into the Den from Indiana Jones movie. And I went from there, and then I was like, I had obviously Into the Den Lounge come to me, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But now it's really like a place where I get to share my creativity, and I get to share my passion for animals, and I get to share my passion for wanting to help the community with my pop-ups and just have a safe place. And so,
and we actually have a pop-up coming up
here. It's Friday the 13th. It's called My Unlucky Valentine. We are having some amazing bands, 6 bands. Nice. 6 bands, one from San Diego called Komoda. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry. And bands, vendors, food, drinks, permanent jewelry, some witchy stuff. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good event, and we're all very excited about it.
Absolutely. And then also, she and I are collaborating on something on February 21st. Do you want to share about that as well?
So one of my big passions is teaching kids about wildlife and nature. A lot of kids don't necessarily have that in schools, and I love like teaching kids that they don't need to be afraid of things that may be dangerous, but like learn about them and understand what their purpose is and why you don't need to be afraid of them, because then they don't want to grow up and kill these animals that don't need to be killed, and they need to be here. They have a purpose.
Absolutely, 100%. So that event is February 21st at Cafecito from 11 to 3. And tickets are available online and at the door. So you can find Sharon's page, Into the Den, and then you can get more information on that as well. So what is the challenge that you faced that truly shifted your perspective or changed how you approach your work and life?
I guess
because there was a shift that happened because you were struggling, you were going through a tough moment in your life, and now boom, now you have to make that internal shift.
So it was definitely when I got sober a spiritual thing, and for me now it's still a spiritual thing, but also like I'm still trying to grow and figure out the business aspect, because I'm a very creative person. I'm not like 100%. I'm not good at like numbers and taxes and that kind of thing. So I need to find someone to help me or get better at that. But one of my struggles is like finding out what I need to sell, really. And because I want to have a successful business, and I want to be able to eventually go to underprivileged schools and do my presentations for free. But to get there, I have to have some sort of, I just need to grow a little bit more before I can do that. And I had to, my struggle was like trying to figure out where I could grow. And it's a struggle a little bit in a small community. But I have found that I've done pretty well so far. And I've met a lot of amazing people
she networks. She puts herself, if you haven't seen her at a vendor market, I don't know what to tell you.
Where have you been?
Yes. Under a rock? No, just kidding. No, but she is very much, plugged into the community. She is a boss babe also.
Mhm.
And yeah, so you can find her at these markets in town. She's done the farmers market as well.
First Friday,
Yes.
pop up at Sage and Sand. Catch me there.
Yes,
And other events.
absolutely, absolutely. So, who has been the most influential person in your journey, and what impact did they have on you?
So I would say my sponsor, Teresa, my mom, Mary, and my partner, Dave.
Shout out to Dave.
Just because I know I can be a lot, because I have all these ideas all the time,
Yes.
and they have all consistently showed me and supported me and loved me and guided me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that
be
just
where
makes
I'm
you
at
who
today.
you are. You know, your journey led you to finding who you are, and then obviously the entrepreneur world is tough, and then you got to consistently be showing up and learning
Mhm.
and being a leader. So yeah, so you've proven that time and time again. So if you know this woman, she's definitely there to push you to be better than you never knew you had to be. So, what belief or mindset has helped shape you to push through those difficult times or uncertain moments?
Yeah, so I have this. My mom taught me this actually. Are you making this decision based out of love or based out of fear? Because I also have a lot of anxiety, which that's a whole nother thing I could talk about. But I do get in fear a lot. And I feel like when I think about, am I doing this out of my heart for love, or am I basing this decision out of fear? It really helps me distinguish, like, why am I doing this? Is it because I'm scared of how somebody's going to react? Am I scared of how somebody's going to think of me? Or am I doing it just out of love in my heart for that person, or for the situation, or for the event?
Makes sense. And also, you can't live. I know how it feels to have anxiety as well. And sometimes, that's a really good statement. It's like, are you doing this for fear, because of the fear of what could happen next? Or is it because, there's something you need to work on within you so that you can break through that fear?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. So what's something that people don't realize about your? Oh, this is not window cleaner. Wrong one. What is something that people don't realize about your business and the time it takes to create these art pieces?
Well, so I do a lot, like I listed. I feel like I'd rather talk about my oddities, because a lot of people think that, they see me and I'm plant-based. Now I'm a flexitarian, but I was flexitarian, but I was vegan for 14 years. And the art I make is out of skulls and insects and mummified animal bodies. Yeah, but they are...
But they're beautiful.
They're beautiful, but I'm also extremely, like, I don't want people to see it and think, oh, this is scary or this is wrong. Like, I make sure that where I get my animals, they are passing naturally, and then I find a way to memorialize them where people can, have this picture of nature just as perfect as it is, and this beautiful resting place for this baby animal that, just can be appreciated and loved forever. So it really comes from a place of passion and creativity and love that I have for these animals.
Yes, and if you see them on her Facebook or Instagram, they're just such beautiful pieces. And then she gets these antique, cases to put them in, and they're just so darling. I mean, it looks really good in any room that you want to put them in. You're welcome. So, my next question: is there a passion project, if you're currently working on one, that excites you right now?
Oh yes, I'm very excited about the tooth gems. I started opening a nonprofit, which is going to be similar to Into the Den, but not really. So one of the visions I've had is to it's very unfortunate, but a lot of people just want to dump their animals, cats, dogs, and especially reptiles. People buy them for their kids, and unfortunately, when you buy something for your kids, it's your responsibility to take care of that animal. And a lot of people don't realize that. And so they get these reptiles and they end up releasing them back at the wetlands or abandoning them. And these are live animals,
Absolutely.
And I believe they have spirits. I don't believe that they should be thrown away.
No.
And so my goal is to open up another lounge, but it's going to be nonprofit, and I will take in I will take
Like
in
a refuge
a refuge. Well, I will take in abandoned reptiles, get them their health figured out, and then with education and applications, I will readopt the animals to the right family.
Pretty cool. I love that.
Yes, and then back to the tooth gems. It's a new project I'm working on. I mean, I'm not really working on it. I have to take a course, and then I will be ready to apply tooth gems to anybody who wants them in Yuma.
Pretty cool. So do you still do the nail thing or not anymore?
Nails?
Like, yeah.
I could if I had to, but I still have my nail license.
Nice. Yeah. Pretty cool. See, you can do more than one thing and be good at it, but the passion is what matters. Yes. Passionate about it, it'll come to life. So, what lesson would you wish you could tell your younger self?
So I have really struggled with like not fitting in and really had a really bad self-esteem growing up. Like I said, really nasty things to myself, just constantly about my body and my looks. And I look back on myself now and I'm just so beautiful, you know, like I really lost time in my life where I didn't lose that time in my life, but I wish I would have talked to myself differently. And, you know, through therapy, I've overcome a lot of that. I still struggle with it a little bit, but I would have told her that you are beautiful and you are worthy and you can help the planet and you can help the animals and just follow your heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. You are an inspiration, my friend. You are a very big inspiration, and it just shows the heart that you have, and even in everything you do. So, really thankful to be in your circle of friendship and entrepreneurship. So, my next question is: what's a common misconception about your industry that you'd love to clear up?
Well, I think I already mentioned it. It was like the oddity stuff. A lot of people are like, where do you get those insects? Where do you get, and trust me, if there's an issue with it, like you call me and I will 100% talk to you about it because I care a lot about these animals. I care a lot about the insects. Like that's where my passion is, like with nature.
Yes. How do you, and this is shifting gears now. How do you define success today? And has the definition, do you feel, has evolved over time?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, when I think of success, I think of like having money, like lots of money. But then it's like, yeah, that's great. But money doesn't necessarily make me happy. It makes me able to get things, to do things, but it's never going to bring me happiness. And so I think success would be like being able to have my own business and just making the money to be able to pay my bills and then like being able to give back to help people that underprivileged kids that you know need guidance. Like I want to be able to help educate about the environment and about conservation and about restoration. Like I want to be able to support the community and the kids in the community. And that's when I can successfully say that like I've had an impact, a good impact on the community here, as I think would be what I would consider that success also when I've made a good impact on the community.
Absolutely. Love that. So my last question is, what's one piece of advice you hope listeners walk away with after hearing your story?
Like you can get through a lot. You can get through a lot and still be successful and still do what you're passionate about. I've been through a lot in my life and I've pushed through and I'm still very motivated and passionate and determined. But also like always love yourself. Always go back and see, like, always love yourself and know that you can overcome things. Because I didn't for a really long time. So, and also like spend a little time out in nature and see how you feel.
That's a big one. That is a huge one. Because honestly, I like to camp and I do it at least once a year with my family. And then I keep telling myself I need to make more time away from technology, like just in nature, you know, like just seeing the sunrise itself, like you feel so good.
And also like slow down. Like if you want to be in nature and hike to the peak, that's great. And like see everything there because that's also very special. But like slow down and like look at the small things. Like the small things in nature are miraculous.
Oh,
like
yes. Yeah.
nature to me is just pure magic.
And I feel like when you calm your mind, you're able to understand things a little bit more clearer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So my bonus question, what inspires you on the daily?
What inspires me on the daily? I would say my faith and my animals. They inspire me to be a better person always. And let's see what else inspires me. The earth, nature, everything in nature inspires me. I could just look at what's under a rock or a log in nature and just be so inspired.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And like even like just the simple smells of like flowers and like just like noticing the weather, it's just you feel different. Like sometimes my sister will tell me like because sometimes you get in the zone and you're working hard and whatever, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. My sister's like, have you stepped out and touched grass?
It's about being present. Yeah.
Because you can't just stay in the zone. You gotta listen to your body and get out there.
I do have to say, I'm gonna leave with this.
Yeah.
So when I was a park ranger, I was walking on the trails and I saw I don't remember what species of birds they were, but it was the male doing his dance for the female, his mating dance, his courtship dance. And I literally watched it and was in so much peace. It brought me so much peace that like no drug could ever touch what that brought me. And if people could find that, and it's going to be different for everybody, but if you can find that peace and your passions, it just makes things easier. Like when I found out who I was and what I was passionate about, it's like I don't really care. I mean, I do obviously think what people think of me, but it's like I know who I am, and if you don't like me, like okay, this is who I am.
Yeah. Because you can't live on their terms. You gotta live on your own terms and just be a good person and find your own zen, because that's what's going to create happiness for everything else around you. So, guys, if you want to see the replay, you can follow Into the Den Lounge at into_the_den_Huma. You can also follow the replay on the videos on my YouTube and Facebook. And I just want to leave you with a quote. When purpose leads, impact follows. So thank you very much for being on. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
And I look forward to our event, February 21st, guys. Don't forget, Cafecito, be there, be square.
And February 14th, my unlucky Valentine.
Yes.
Be there too.
Yes. What time is that one again? 6 to 10. 6 to 10.
Yeah.
Perfect. So come support our community. And also the nice thing about the 21st is she is donating to the
Vida Wildlife.
Wildlife.
They're our only wildlife rehabilitator out here in Yuma. Shout out, Vida.
Shout out. So we'll see you guys there. Bye. Have a good day.